Hello, everybody. Good day. I welcome everybody to Magda Connects with Brigitte Evans. Hello, Brigitte.
Hello,
How are
Magdalena.
you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice
I hope.
to yes, I hope.
I hope you're fine too.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you. Thank
Fine.
you. I'm very happy to have you here, Brigitte, for the second time. We spoke maybe 2 months ago
Yes.
about meditation. The topic was meditation. And for everybody who is joining us today, I would like to say some words about Brigitte. Brigitte is based in Austria. Brigitte is a wonderful, very spiritual woman. She's writing books. She is a painter. She is painting amazing arts, and whoever will visit the website of Brigitte will be able to see the paintings on her website as well as the books. We can order the books, we can buy the paintings. Brigitte is also a coach. Brigitte is working with people, and today's topic will be self-love. And for many of us, this topic is like, what the hell is self-love? How am I supposed to eat it? What am I supposed to do with it? And I tell you guys, Brigitte is the best person to talk about self-love because Brigitte lives it every day. And she is working with people who miss this self-love. And we will go through this interview, and I hope that everybody of you who will listen now or later will get out of this interview with a feeling, okay, I know what to do now in order to have more of self-love in me. And I live it, and I feel wonderful. Is it, Brigitte, something you would like to add more to this, or you feel good about the introduction?
Oh, thank you. This was a very nice introduction. I hope for everybody that they can take a little information, a good feeling out of this interview, out of my interpretation of self-love.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, I work with people. I work with women, and they all need self-love. They all need self-nourishment, self-support. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk about how to practice it, how to obtain it. Yeah?
Yeah.
But first, I'd like to explain a little bit what self-love is.
Yeah, Brigitte, let's start with self-love, and also let's say what self-destruction is, because
Yes.
self-destruction is the opposite of self-love. And maybe we could define these two words, and we could give some examples that people understand it better.
Yes.
Thank you.
So for me, now it's a little bit difficult because of the language. My language is German, and I hope my English is now good enough to explain these things. The self-love is a huge subject. There's so many books written about love, and many books are written about the self. And we want to explain it in some words. So I'll try. The word self-love contains, there are two words, the self and love. And it's a little bit confusing. The word itself, it's confusing. And so it's obvious that self-love confuses us. Love is endless. Love is without borders. Love is everywhere. Love is the highest vibration in the universe. Love is unconditional. It is life itself. It is the divine spirit. So love is unity, love is oneness. Self is something completely different, because self doesn't exist on its own. You know, in the Buddhistic tradition, they say that the self does not exist. So we use the word self instead of the word I.
Wow.
And we have the word self-destruction. So the word self has to be destructed, has to be destroyed to come to love, to feel the unity. So we have these words, and of course, it's natural that we're confused because we use these words almost every day. You have to obtain self-love, but the word itself does not explain very much. So, as we said, there is love. Love is unity, love is everything. And if you believe that you are love, that you are in the spirit of love, you are full, you're not looking for anything. You're full of joy, you're full of happiness, you're connected with everything. Yeah? But if you have the belief that you're separated, that you are an individual self, not connected with the universe, not in the oneness, then you feel empty, you feel lonely, you feel separated, and then you're looking for something in the world, in the material world. Love is the highest level we can imagine. The joy, the happiness, the bliss, and a very high level. And the self is on the lower level. So you're looking, if you're in the self, you're looking for something to fulfill you in the material world. And you're looking for joy and happiness in the material world. And because you don't find it, you cannot fill your emptiness with stuff from the material world, you will be disappointed. And if you continue to look for these things, so let's make a new hairstyle, let's have a new nail polish, let's have a new car, or I want to have some glass of wine or luxury status, anything that you want will not fulfill will not fill your emptiness.
Thank you for mentioning it, because I wanted to ask you for examples of this material world. So when we are empty, what we try to get in order not to feel empty? And you said it could be like anything we try to get for money or anything.
Yes, or you can power, a high position, to be admired. Yes, you have to be a star, to be on a stage. You want to have so many things, and you need more and more and more. Because the problem is, if you start to look in the material world, all these needs they lead to addictions. And this is very dangerous for our body and for our mind.
So it means that if there is a person who goes shopping like on Saturday, just for self-satisfaction, then this person will need more and more and more. The same with alcohol or cigarettes or any other food or and self-love is something that fills us from inside, and it's healthy.
Right. Self-love is healthy. It's the feeling that life is a precious gift for you, that you love life, you say yes to your life. And self-destruction very often is a no to life. So this is the black and white view, but we have both sides inside of us. So one side will say, oh, I like my life and I'm happy. And the other side would say, no, I don't like this, I don't like that. Life is a burden. And I have to work hard, and there are so many problems in my life. And you start with thoughts, with negative thoughts, and these thoughts will attract new problems and new pain in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends which side is stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Your belief that life is a wonderful present, and that you say yes to your life, or the belief that life is a burden.
So I prefer to get this self-love, fulfillment.
Yes.
And I ask myself, how can I obtain this? How can I get this inside of me? You know, it's like, what steps do I need to do in order to feel self-love inside of me? And when I embody it, what is changing in me, in my body, in my aura, character, that people see it? Can we see it? Can we feel it?
Of course, we can see it, we can feel it, we can express it. So, as I said before, self-love is something that's inside of us already. So, we have to, the first step, let's start like this. The first step to obtain this self-love and self-supporting is to analyze our life. Maybe you can make a list from things you like and things you don't like, and your goals. Make a list, and then you can see, oh, how much problems and troubles do I cause in my life because I say no to life. I have these beliefs that attracts these troubles into my life, and the other list, and the other parts of the list can show you, here I'm right, here I feel good, this is something I love, I really love. And then you look at your goals. It's very important to have goals, long-term goals and short-term goals, because if you have no goals, you can go nowhere. You go in a circle round. It's very important to have plans for the future. So the first step is to analyze yourself. Where am I? Or who am I and where am I? Another step is to make a very important step is to make a determined intention to change your life. You have to make a great effort to change your life. So the intention has to be very, very strong. Let's say you must want it to feel the self-love. Yeah.
Do you shout it out, or
yes,
how
yes.
do you do it? I want it.
Yeah, it's a kind of birthday. Yes, the day when you're on the point to say, oh yes, I want to change my life. I want to feel this self-love. I want to feel it. Then everything will change, and this moment will give you such a power. This moment will open the door for self-empowerment, for self-supporting, for self-healing. This moment is so rich and so magical. And you have to celebrate this moment, because in this moment you say yes to the life that you have inside of you. You already feel it. You have already this love. You have this love already. Yes.
You know, Brigitte, I feel so touched right now. It's like I see this picture of people, maybe with their friends, maybe with their family, surrounded at the table or any place. And saying this intention. Yes,
Yes.
it's
This,
beautiful.
this would be a very nice festival. Yes, when the family comes together and they say, okay, today we celebrate our new life. We celebrate the start. We have it's birthday. Yeah, would be nice. But in reality, people are alone when
Yes.
they decide to change, and so I would say it's good to have help. So if you're alone in this situation, if you're in troubles, if you have pain, if you're sick, and if you want to change your life, and if you want to have a better life, go for help. Look for someone who is already in this state of self-love, therapist, a coach, a healer, someone who can help you, a good friend, but they should be on a higher level of love, on a higher level of self-supporting, so they can help you.
Can I ask immediately the question, because it refers to the question I asked, how can I feel that person has self-love? Can I see it? How does this person embody self-love?
Yes. I think there are some signs for self-love, for example, and these are very important signs, because you have to practice it, and you have to practice it before you are in the full size of self-love. And these they don't talk about other people, especially they don't talk bad about other people. They don't lie. They keep away from gossip. They laugh. They smile. They listen to wonderful music. They live a life on a higher level, and you will feel it. They have a good aura, a good atmosphere around them, and you will feel it. Yeah, there are some people you think, oh, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit, I don't know. You have this sense for it. Yeah, but people who are in self-love, they are not egoistic. They give a lot. They love a lot. They embrace their life. They embrace you. And so you can feel it. Yes.
And they also listen to you?
Of course. Yes. They listen. They are used to listen to other people. They are used to talk slowly, or they have a soft expression. They don't fight for something, against anything. They live in peace. And of course, there are some different levels of self-love, of self-supporting, because almost nobody is perfect in this world. So it's enough when the person who helps you is just a step in front of you, so that you feel, oh, here I can get something. Yeah, here I
Makes
can learn
sense.
a little bit to love more.
Makes sense. So you gave two examples of how to obtain self-love, analyze your life,
Yes.
and then set up intentions, celebrate
Yes.
it, and then get somebody who can support you in this
Yes.
process of obtaining self-love.
Right. Yes.
So when I decide to love myself as of now,
Yes.
and I let all insecurities go away now, how do I decide about it? What is, like the first step? This is actually, maybe even some people, they don't know they are not in self-love.
Yes. Yes. So as maybe it's just the answer, as I said before, this intention is very important. You know when you are in self-love that you feel good, that you're healthy, that you have no problems with money, that you have no conflicts, that you have a good job, that everything is in your world is okay. On a high level, in a good atmosphere. There are some people who are rich, they are healthy, but it's not in a good atmosphere. It's not in a high level, on a high love level, a level of joy and happiness. So if you are not on this high level, you have a lot of you have an amount of beliefs inside of you that causes the self-destruction. That attracts things that you don't want, conflicts, pain, illness. So if you analyze yourself and you see, okay, I have pain and my head aches, my stomach aches, and I have to take medicine every day. And when I come home from work, I have to drink 2 glasses of wine to feel good. And when in the morning, I have to, I don't know what, to drink another glass of wine to go to work. Yes.
A bottle of whiskey.
So you've got a problem. And then you should stop. Maybe the first step is to stop. To say, okay, something is wrong in my life and I want to change it. So, and then you will find a way, you will find someone to help you to come out of all your problems, but it will go step by step. And if you want to change something immediately, I would say start to smile. Because we can start our changes, our new experiences with a smile, because the smile influences our hormones, our moods, our cells. So we only can be healthy when we have a good mood. So the first step could be a smile.
So it's like we create a smile on our face, even if we don't want to smile.
Yes.
And then with this smile, we create certain emotion in our body. And by this emotion, we create change in our body, and we like start doing things we wouldn't do without a smile.
Yes.
Okay,
So
makes
it's a very good advice to smile always and everywhere.
Is there anything else that could help us to stay in this?
I think the love and self-love, as I said before, is on a high level, and self-destruction, problems, illness is on a lower level. So if you want to stay in this self-love state, you have to choose a life on a high level. So everything you make can be on a higher level or on a lower level. If you go shopping, for example, you can choose organic fruits, or you can take other fruits. So if you choose organic food, organic fruits, organic bread, there are so many organic and vegan and vegetarian products in our supermarkets. You can fill up your basket with food with a high energy. And if you choose these things, you support yourself, but you also support people who produce these things. And I think this is very important, because self-love is nothing that's something you own, something for you alone. It is something that you share with other people. So if you buy these organic things, this good stuff on a high level, clothes, organic clothes, fair trade stuff, then you support people who produce these things, and because they also want to live on a higher level. And you can build an energy field, a high energy field. And I have listened to I think it was Greg Braden, was someone who told us there is every place has a kind of has an ability to remember. So if you go to a supermarket and you buy things on a higher level, another person who comes into this supermarket will feel this higher level, and perhaps he or she will choose this product too and will support herself too. So if we support ourselves, we support our other people too.
So it's like a domino effect.
Yes, right, yes.
And it's also like maybe you're in the place where there are no supermarkets, but you're surrounded by people who, maybe need some support, or maybe they will share their love with you and thankfulness for your help. And you will not buy anything or you will not eat anything, but you will spend nice time and energy with people who are kind, who share the same values.
Yes.
And they are on the same energetical level.
Yes. This is very important, to surround yourself with people on the same level or on a higher level, so you can gain this energy. You can fill up with this energy. You can fill your aura with this positive energy. This is very important. We don't have these sanghas here in Austria, Germany, in Europe. There are some sanghas, but there are not enough. So, but there are. So if you start with self-love, you will find new friends, and it's very important to spend time with these friends and to listen to music together, to meditate together, to have nice talks. And avoid television, avoid films with cruelty. Yes.
Brigitte, how can we stay committed to the practice of self-love? Because nowadays I ask myself, in this rat race life, do we have enough of space, time, room for self-love? There are so many people affected by necessity of earning money. They need to speed up. I mean, this is not self-love. And finally, many people collapse. They collapse in burnout. They collapse in illnesses. They face dramas. And I really feel sorry for everybody who goes through these big troubles. I ask myself, do we really need to go for this in order to start changing our life and feel self-love in us? Because this is horrible.
Yes, right. Okay. The first question was, do we have time for self-love?
Yeah.
Okay, we have 24 hours. Self-love is not...
Hallelujah.
I want to replace the word self-love in self-supporting. So every breath can be self-supporting. If every movement I make, I can make with love, with a good feeling, or with serious and with worrying and suffering. So if we have to be very achtsam, aware. We have to be aware of our thoughts and to be aware of our feelings. And we should be aware 24 hours. So we have a lot of time. So if we wake up in the morning and we are aware of the sunshine or the clouds outside, we are aware of we are alive. And so we can wake up and say, thank you, I'm alive. I had a nice sleep. I have a nice bed. And if I don't have a bed, I have anything else. Yeah? We always have something. And then I am aware of every moment in my day. So if I go by bus, I sit in the bus and I can be, I can close my eyes and I can say mantras, I can pray, I can bless everybody in the bus. What I like to do, I spread out light. I fill the bus with light. I fill my surrounding with light. So when you go to work, when you go through the streets, you can shine like the sun. Yeah? And this is self-love too, because if you shine like a sun, you feel like a sun. You feel good, and you don't see all the bad things around. You see the good things. Yeah. So we have 24 hours for self-love and for love.
What about the exercise with the mirror? There is a practice
That's
with
right.
the mirror? Yeah.
Yes.
What do we do? What do we do?
Okay. Everybody has a mirror in the bathroom. So
yeah. Hopefully.
hopefully, look in your eyes and tell about 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Tell something nice to yourself about yourself. Tell you that you're so wonderful, that you love yourself, that you are proud of yourself. Tell you that you have wonderful hair, that your clothes fits, that your makeup is okay, that you have such wonderful thoughts, such a wonderful mind, that you're intelligent. There is so much you can say to yourself. Yeah? This is a mirror game.
I'm thinking now about another game, like you have a partner or you have children, and you look at them and you say, oh my God, you are awesome. You are great. I love you. Thank you for being with me. And I think when you say it out of your heart, you give to these people the feeling that you really appreciate them. And maybe it's an anchor for them for this exercise in the mirror. And maybe they will say the same to themselves.
Right, yes.
Yeah. Cool.
We are not used to say good things about ourselves, so but we can learn it. And just I have another thing in my mind. It's to forgive. I think it's very important to let the past slip away. So it's not self-love is a way on a higher level, of love. So it's very important to let the past to run away and to forget and to forgive everything that happened in the past, especially bad things.
How do you do this? Brigitte, it's another topic. Can you just say
I forgive you. Just say I forgive you. Yes, and feel it, because it's something that helps you to be free of this burden, to be free of this suffering, of this pain.
So actually, it reminds me of the hippie movement in the 60s. It was about peace and love.
Yes.
So I'm asking myself now, why didn't this movement stay till now with us? Why there are maybe still some people practicing it, peace and love, but you don't see it on the streets so often. What happened? Is there any reason? the world went gaga.
Yes, the movement started in 1965. It's the time when I was born. I was born in the 60s, and I grew up with in a hippie movement. All my friends they had this mind setting. The hippie movement, hippie movement was very important for us because it changed our social life. It changed our spiritual mind. they brought us the Hinduistic and the Buddhistic thoughts. They brought it to the West, and here we can connect it with our Christian philosophy. And it was very, very important for us. And I think it didn't stop. I myself, I am still wearing these clothes every day. in my heart, I'm still a hippie. we don't call it anymore hippie. We call it spiritual people. So just the name changed, but I think the mindset is still here. So people who want to live in love, who want to live in peace, who want to live in harmony with nature, who want to protect nature, who want that all people are equal, and there are no differences between white and black and colors, races. So these people are among us, and they can help us to raise the energy. This movement had no chance to be a very great movement because establishment is too strong, and the people I knew, my friends, they had a very hard childhood, and so they used to take drugs. They used to flee. They used to look for another world, and they found it in drugs and alcohol, but in music too, in art. And I remember we chanted mantras, we made yoga, we had meditations when I was 17. So this time didn't stop, but this movement didn't stop, I think. Still here.
Beautiful. I hope that the generation that has joined us, like current teenagers or kids that are coming to the world now, they will continue this movement.
Yes.
And if this is not happening on a world scale, maybe at least in our homes, families,
Yes.
we can cherish it, because it means that we have this mindset of self-love.
Yes.
And we continue growing it. And I understood today, this is not an easy practice. So if we want to grow it in us, sometimes we will need the help of coach, books.
Yes.
Brigitte, if you have any names of books or any advice on self-love, maybe we could post it in the comments. I would be very thankful. Maybe there are people who want to refer first to books, and then maybe they will ask for some coaches, or maybe there is also some advice. I think it's a very important topic.
Yes. I didn't read a book especially for self-love, but there are many books about spiritual life, about opening your heart, about I like the books of Thich Nhat Hanh, this monk, Buddhistic monk, and he writes very, very beautiful books, beautiful sentences about love and appreciating life and supporting yourself, supporting others, and fulfillment. Yes, I think I can recommend some books of him. And yes,
he is actually, in one of the books I've read about him, he is appreciating meditation and the silence. And I think today we are surrounded by so much of noise. People taking our time, talking to us, cars, whatever. And I think if we go into silence, it's also statement for self-love. Yes, and
this is right. Yes, and this is the silence. I haven't answered one question about the crisis.
Yes.
Remember? Yes, and we don't need. So if you ask if you need this crisis and these problems and these conflicts, there is a yes and a no. Because if you are in this loving state, if you are in self-love, we don't need crisis and conflicts. But we cause this crisis if we don't listen to our inner voice. If we don't spend time in silence, because this inner voice is a very silent voice. And if we don't listen to it, if it says, oh, don't do this, and it's better not to drink this wine, and it's better not to eat this cake, stop it, yes, and we don't listen to it, so it will get louder. It will become a louder voice. And if we don't listen to these words, so it will be a lot of conflicts and pain in our life until we have to go to hospital, until we have an operation or a heart attack. So this is when our inner voice is starting to cry out, stop it. Yeah? In a headline, stop
So
it, dangerous.
And maybe on daily basis, what we actually can do, like each evening, we can, before we close our eyes, reflect what went wrong and good today for me, and what I would like to improve. It's like you spoke before about this analytical work we go through. And okay, am I on the right way to achieve my goals?
Yes.
Or am I going to collapse?
Right. And when you analyze yourself, you have to be careful that you don't choose the lower level goals. So, but that you choose a high level goal and a high frequency. So if you start to analyze yourself and you say, do I feel good? Our feelings sometimes are very tricky. They're illusions. So maybe I feel good if I don't know, if I buy a new car, or if I cheat. So it's cheat or to betray someone. Maybe I can feel good when I betray someone, when I steal something, when I hurt someone. So our feelings are not so
positive.
Yeah, so we cannot trust our feelings. So it's better to have rules in our life, to follow rules. Did I follow the rule? Did I talk bad to somebody? Did I betray someone? Did I do this or that? Yeah, you understand. So if we analyze ourselves, it's not a feeling, but the rules.
So, and also maybe values, like don't steal, don't cheat,
right? Values, yes.
So we have values, we have rules, and we set up based on these our goals. And then maybe we can talk to this person who is supporting us. Am I on the right way? How do you see? Like, it's like a project.
It's a project. It's a life project.
We love projects. Oh, Brigitte, unbelievable, but time is running. And actually, we approach the end of our interview and discussion, and you see, like, we just started. And it's for today almost like a cut. I want to thank you from all my heart for sharing all your knowledge, experience, so much of advice on topic of self-love. I feel so good now. I hope to see you, Brigitte. I will share again your links, and if we have any titles, books, whatever advice, it will be also put to the comments. Guys, you can all ask questions in the comments, and we will come back to you.
I thank you very, very much that we could talk, that I could speak about this very important subject. So I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Me too. And I hope everybody as well. And there should be lots of self-love as of now in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing
Thank
else
you very
but love.
much. Yes. Good day, good Thursday, good night. What enjoy self and we roll and rock and We talk again soon. Thank you, Brigitte. Thank you,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.